a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back. It's Youth Wednesdays here on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And this morning, we're chatting with the Public Relations Officer for the Tobago Emergency Management Agency. And she is Mrs. Melissa Yearwood-Jack.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Well, let me make a little correction. I'm the Community Outreach Program Officer.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, so for the viewers who are unaware, can you give us a brief update as it relates to the state of the oil spill currently?
Well, as of today, we are at day 35, and I could say that we are moving slowly but surely. As you can see, the Scarborough's coastline has greatly improved, and where I was stationed at Lambo, it has really has have some improvements. They're focusing now on cleanup going down to the Madalena Grand, and we are moving slowly but surely.
Okay. And well, obviously, there's still more work to be done. So the agency is calling on Tobagonians to lend their assistance in terms of volunteerism. So my first question is, who qualifies as a volunteer?
Anybody qualifies as a volunteer once you're 18 years and over. Any able-bodied person, because you know most of the times volunteers are stationed in beach cleanup. So we need able-bodied persons who are not affected, their sinuses are not affected because you know the smell of the oil, and if make sure you don't have anything like asthma or any respiratory issues.
Okay. And I know that the PPE, we can't just take it and use it for 2 minutes or anything like that. Is there a specific time frame that persons have to work for, or can they just come and work at 10 minutes and go back home?
No, most of the time we have persons working for at least 4-hour shifts. So we have persons there for 4 hours. They could take a break and go back, or that could be their spell at the Lambo beach.
All right. And what is provided for the volunteers?
Most of the time, lunch is provided. You will be given PPEs, of course, and lunch. And most of the time, we thank you for your time.
Of course.
You know, it's volunteerism, so we don't expect monetary money at the end of it. It's just giving your time to this effort.
Yeah. And on average, how many volunteers do we have now, and how many would you say are needed?
Right now, it's going in phases, because most of the volunteers will come out on a Saturday and Sunday when they are able. So most of the time, on any given time, you could get 10, an average 10 to 15 volunteers on a weekend. I think that's the quota we have been seeing. Most of besides volunteerism, we ask for donations as well. So if you can't give up your time, we at TEMA and the Joint Operations Command will be asking for things like water, snacks, because we try to give volunteers snacks, PPEs as well. So anything that you could give, primarily food, snacks, PPEs, we'll be grateful for as well.
Okay. And aside from the TV interview, what else is the agency doing to encourage persons to come out and volunteer?
Well, for the past couple of weeks, we had a lot of ads on our social media. We try to encourage youth groups to come out. We had, for example, we had a Tobago mission of the SDA. We had groups from RBL, RBC. We had the Hunters Association. We had Massey giving us water. We had groups from all over Tobago and Trinidad contributing. So we just want to encourage others that we want this cleanup effort. They said it might take a few months, but we want to cut that down because we want to be able to, you know, Tobago mission is clean, green, I think it's serene. Yes, clean, green, serene, and we want the coastline to reflect our mission. So we want Tobagonians to come out in their numbers because, you know, right now we have the cruise line, this is the cruise season. So, you know, that is the coastline, they'll be seen as they come up. So we, as Tobagonians, we need to take pride in our coastline and volunteer so we could get this recovery efforts going as fast, finish as fast as possible.
Okay, and I know you said they're trying to cut down the time in terms of the recovery effort. And you said that on average, maybe like 10 or so persons is how the amount that you all will have at the cleanup sites. I know in at social media, we've been seeing comments, persons have been making comments that, you know, probably if you all provide a little monetary contribution outside of the food and the PPEs, that's something that the agency has considered?
Well, I could say that our partners, Heritage, which is the lead coordinator in terms of the cleanup, started to pay our volunteers, but that has been closed.
Okay.
They reached their quota there. So right now we just want volunteers. I think they had up to 100 paid persons that started as volunteers and now is being paid, but the quota for that has finished. We reached our quota for that.
And do you think that will discourage persons? They started, they were paid, and now they aren't being paid. Do you think that's something that will discourage them?
I don't think so, because the persons that began, at first it wasn't paid. So the persons who came down there were truly volunteers. And then to encourage more persons to come out, they started to pay. So then we had the quota given because they've reached their max. And now we still have persons who, it doesn't matter if they're paid or not. It's for the good of Tobago. And what is good for Tobago is good for you. Because, as I said, the beach cleanup that might affect our economy. Because we rely heavily on tourism. We have the Fishermen Association being affected, especially down on that side. So it's not, don't think about yourself. Think about the good of Tobago. Because you know it's affecting our communities on that side greatly.
Okay. And the persons who have been exposed to the substance, would they be subject to medical assessment afterwards? Because, I mean, I am still not certain exactly what it is.
Right now, we have our OSH safety officers down there who are giving on-spot assessments. After you go to the beach and come back, if you need further assessment, we will send you to maybe the hospital, and we have our CERT technicians who are EMTs. So we have on-spot assessments, after which we don't really, right now, that is not a conversation that I was privy to.
In terms of
so yes, follow-ups. So we have on-spot assessments through our CERT technicians and OSH officers who will give you a safety guidance.
Okay. And in terms of the other rules for volunteerism at the cleanup, I know when persons hear the beach cleanup, they're just thinking, put on the PPE and go out to the site. Is there anything else that persons can do to lend of their time? We
had persons coordinating logistics. For example, all the PPEs and equipment that comes on the site, we have persons organizing, inventory as well as decontamination. When you come off the site, we try to reuse as much as possible. So we have volunteers in the decontamination, degreasing, because you know it's a lot of grease, degreasing the equipment as they come out to be reused again. We also have some persons in administrative roles to do data entry, and we also have persons who is helping sorting out food. For example, might have 100 and something persons a day. So when it comes to food and stuff, we have persons there assisting in those roles.
Okay. Well, Mrs. Yearwood-Jack, we want to thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us. I hope that Tobagonians will respond to the call and come out and lend of their time in terms of the efforts as we progress with the cleanup of Tobago's coastline. So viewers, we're going to head to a short break and we are going to be right back. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.